Hi, and welcome to another episode of Sustainment TV. I'm your host, David McDonald, and today, my friend Marvin will be taking us through his process of smoking a pork shoulder. Before we get into today's video, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. It really will help the channel grow. Okay, without further ado, let's get right into it.
Hello everyone. Hey, this is Marvin, owner of Tops BBQ. Today I am preparing a pork shoulder to put on my pit to slow smoke. We'll probably start smoking this too early tomorrow morning, about 6 a.m. So this is a 6-pound Boston butt, as they commonly refer to, the most common cut of the pig that is used to make pulled pork. So what I did is I cleaned it up. As you see, I like to leave a lot of the fat on there, so I normally score the fat. That way when I start rubbing this down here in a few minutes, that some of the rub will actually get down into the meat, and just for added flavor, and that'll help the fat run off too. I normally like to leave as much fat on the meat as possible. It's up to your personal preference when it comes to cooking barbecue. So it's totally up to you. I mean, there are many different ways that you can prepare a Boston butt. A lot of YouTube videos out there. What I like to do through trial and error is just cook it to my personal preference. Some people like to, like a sweet type of rub. Some like a spicy type of rub. I like to find something in the middle that suits my palate best. So here's my rub that I'm using today. There's some salt, pepper, paprika, some garlic powder, and some other special seasonings that I will use to rub the butt down with. Once I rub it down, I like to put it in the refrigerator overnight, just to let the seasoning sort of meld into the meat a little bit more. Some people like to wrap theirs in a plastic bag. In a plastic wrap. I prefer to, I just use a grocery bag, put it in there, seal it up tight, and let it sit overnight in the refrigerator. And I will definitely be following up with my other videos, show you tomorrow morning when I put it on the pit. Show you my pit also as well that I use. The pit I'm using is something I built about 8 years ago out of a 55-gallon drum, and I'll show you that more in detail tomorrow. Okay. So here's that pork shoulder. I've already rubbed it down. As you see, just sort of rub down the entire thing in my seasoning blend, and I'm going to place it in the bag. I'm going to place it in the refrigerator overnight, like I said, and just let the seasoning sort of marinate the meat a little bit. And sometimes I ask the question about, injecting the shoulder with a liquid. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Depends on the size of the cut of meat that I'm working with. I opted not to inject this. Again, it's up to your personal preference. You don't have to, just to add its flavor. I think with the rub that I have on this, based on the size of meat, this is going to come out good. And like I say, I'm going to throw it in the smoker about between 6 and 6:30 tomorrow morning, and just let it cook until it's done. And like I say, I will be following up tomorrow morning with that process as I place this on the pit. 5:30 in the morning, get ready to put the pork shoulder on my smoker. This is one I made. It's made out of 55-gallon drum. I have 2 pipe burners that I made to heat the pit. I'm using a pellet tube with wood pellets to generate the smoke. We'll be doing this with indirect heat. I know some people say gas. What are you talking about? Again, the gas is just to maintain the heat, and the wood pellets will be generating the smoke. This pellet tube should give me about 4 hours of smoke. So I'm going to put this on, set the temperature between 250 and 275 degrees, and we'll see how it goes. I made this back in 2012. This is a 55-gallon drum that I converted into a barbecue pit / smoker. I just wanted something a little larger to cook in than a standard gas grill. I sort of made this, like I said, I made 2 pipe burners that runs off of propane. The sole purpose of that is just to maintain the heat in the pit. That way I don't have to feed charcoal, even though I can use charcoal in this. Okay. I have two I have two baskets that I can put charcoal in on the other side of this. But and also I made this rack. It's in 2/3, 1/3. The other third is here. These are the two burners that I use to generate the smoke. I bought a pellet tube, and I use wood pellets for, people buy the pellet grills. But they make these smokers for people that don't have a pellet grill. You can use them in your gas grill also too. So I fill that up with wood pellets. I used hickory for the cook this morning. And when I fill that tube up, will last with slow smoke. It'll last about 3 to 4 hours.
So the burners, that's just like spare parts for like another grill, like if you use.
Oh no! So I went and bought these metal pipes from I think they were Home Depot, and I got my angle grinder and a drill, and I made the slots in them so for the for a burner and stuff like that. This is one of the I thought about buying burners, but I found these to be a little bit more durable. Taken after what my dad fabricated a lot of grills, and so I just did that.
So that's basically just galvanized pipe that you seal the end of.
Yeah, galvanized pipe that you seal the end of it on. And these are gas line hoses. Then I got a high pressure regulator, so control the heat. Then I put a thermostat in it, and it goes. I mean, I've had it up as high as 450 degrees. Of course, I won't smoke it that high, but if you want to cook a lot of meat real quick and real fast, it'll get up to about 450 degrees with those two burners.
So this so your frame is made out of just you basic angle.
This is
angle
metal that you can get from Home Depot. Wells. I didn't want to weld anything, Okay. I just basically bolted it together.
Okay.
Yeah, bolted together. Got some wheels on it. I mean, it's just one of those backyard things. I may decide to upgrade one day, but as of right now, I'm not going to do anything about it. But hey, it serves the purpose. I've been cooking on this thing since 2012. I haven't gotten a complaint about the quality of the meat since I've been cooking. So
total invested in that smoker, would you say under $100, under $200?
Oh, let me see. The drum was free because I got it from my dad.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see, gas lines. Yeah, probably a little over 100. Well, about all the material and stuff like that, a little over $100.
Okay.
I mean, you go get someone to make one of these. You're gonna pay about $500-600. But
yeah, hey,
it serves my purpose. But it works for me. Works for me. If I put this other rack in there, I can get 4 nice size shoulders in here.
Okay.
So yeah, it works. Does what I need to do.
Tops Barbecue. There's the
backyard barbecue.
Backyard barbecue. There's the weapon he uses, folks. There it is.
All right, so I just put the shoulder on. This should take about 6 to 8 hours until the internal temperature reaches about 205 degrees on the shoulder, or the bone pulls clean out. All right. Like I say, I have a pellet tube as she's generating the smoke I need. A gas burner, indirect heat. Again, I use a gas burner to maintain the heat. The wood pellets, hickory wood pellets, will give me the smoke flavor that I need. That tube of pellets should last anywhere from 3 to 4 hours. So here we go, getting it started. I'll be updating you up. I probably won't check it again in about 4 hours, so we'll see where it's at. Okay. All right, so we're about 1 hour into the smoke. As you see, the wood pellets are generating plenty of good smoke, holding the temperature right now between 225 and 250, which is ideal for a low and slow smoke of a shoulder. Low and slow helps break down the connective tissue in the meat that makes it just a little bit more tender. So I'll probably update this again in a couple hours. So we're about 3 hours in, and as you can see, the temperature is holding steady. We're about 250, 255 degrees. So about 3 hours into the smoke. Let's see here. Oh yeah. So let me see. The bone comes clean out. I mean, we got it. So
look at that, folks. Look at that.
Look at that bone. Yes, sir. Okay, goat. That's all she wrote.
So from start to finish, what was it, about 6.5 to 7 hours?
So I put it on at 6 this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I wrapped it at 4 hours in the foil just to hold the heat. Because I mean, after about 3-4 hours, your meat's not going to take any more smoke. That's all like that. So then I wrapped it then I let it sit in there 2 hours. Then I let it rest in the oven in the house for like an hour and a half to let it rest. That's
Now, resting in the oven, is that like at 200, or is that just in the oven? With
in the oven. I put it on 200 by 30 minutes and shut it off. What resting doing is allow the juices to redistribute in the meat.
Okay.
And stuff like that. But if you look at it right now, see it just falling apart. And that's what you're looking for right there. This will fall apart. It's still hot too. Wow.
And the temperature you smoked at was around 250?
225, 250.
Okay.
Some people like to go higher. Some people like to say around 225. 225 is going to, it's going to smoke a little longer. But 250 is ideal. But it's hot to touch. But y'all can see, you see the end state of it. So, yep, moist. Still got it, Now, some people ask about sauce. Here's my thing about sauce. People say, do you sauce your meat? I say, here's my personal take. Sauce is designed to complement the meat. It shouldn't dominate the taste of the meat. You want people to taste the meat and stuff like that. And if it's seasoned right and smoked right, you probably just need a little sauce just to complement it. So, well, there it is. Oh, it's still hot. Ooh, juicy too. Yep. So what you gonna do with this video?
Well, so y'all can see, my friend Marvin, he brought the smoke, literally and figuratively. Gotta finish preparing this. May consume some now, may save some for later in the freezer. Be sure to comment and subscribe to my channel. Let me know what's your favorite meat to smoke, and see you on the next one. Have a good one.